This week in Parliament, the big issue has been the budget. A budget which has seen the highest tax hikes in many decades and has been particularly severe on small business. And of course, small business is the heartbeat of the Northern Ireland economy. And yet it is those small businesses which are going to bear the brunt of the £40 billion that the government is raising in extra tax. And that's going to come through a whopping increase in employers' national insurance, which not only puts pressure on every small business, but ultimately leads probably to less employees and less wages. So it is not a budget for growth, as the government claims, or a budget that I suspect will be good for our economy. And of course, one of its most savage aspects was its assault on family farms and the removal of the inheritance tax exemption, so that now, upon families passing from generation to generation, which is the key to maintaining our rural countryside, there now will be a very punitive inheritance tax to pay. Also at Westminster, there have been other events going on. It was the week when we began the Remembrance event, and I had the honour of laying in the Speaker's constituency garden of remembrance, remembrance of those from North Antrim who gave their lives. And this year I particularly chose to remember the sacrifice of the UDR in County Antrim, and made that the focus of my token of remembrance. In Parliament, I was able to intervene a number of times, ever driving home the issues that sent me here, relating to the iniquitous protocol, making points about the fact that we now have legislation coming in by the back door, which is not just imposing EU regulation in Northern Ireland, but is in fact bringing it into GB, something we highlighted and got debated through colleagues in the House of Lords, and I was demanding that we should debate that very thing of backdoor creep of EU law in the House of Commons. And I also used the opportunity to expose the myth, the oversold myth, of the wonders of dual access for Northern Ireland, off the back of the fact that Investor and I recently had to admit that despite all the hype about Northern Ireland having dual access to the EU and UK markets, there has been no increase in foreign direct investment because of dual access. And the reason for that is very simple, that to get dual access, you have to subject yourself not just to all the bureaucratic demands of EU law, but you also have to create the hurdles of the Irish Sea border. So when you're a manufacturing business coming into Northern Ireland, it's not just about selling out into the EU or elsewhere, it's about getting your raw materials from your main market, GB. So the dual access is countered by the burdens placed at the Irish Sea border. So I was glad to take the opportunity to expose that on the floor of the House. And so every week, chipping away at the issues that sent me here, and trusting that I'm honouring the mandate that was given to me. I wasn't sent here to be silent, I was sent here to speak up, and that's what I strive to do at every opportunity.